Ah, good evening. Welcome to our special Wednesday night thing. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, happy Thanksgiving Eve. Happy Wednesday, happy middle of the week, happy middle of whatever is going on in your life. I'm Reverend Dr. Marlene Morris, and our intention here at Spirit Central is that if you need a little lift, if you need a little faith, if you need a better understanding of your relationship with Spirit, well, that's why we're here. And you are very, very welcome to join us. I like to think that we're a kind of spiritual clinic. We'll help you feel better if you're feeling bad. We'll help you feel even better if you're already feeling pretty fine. And we can also function as a spiritual urgent care if that happens to be what you need or where you are at any given time. You know, I'm often asked, since we are clearly not traditional, if we believe in God. Yes, of course we do. And then I'm generally asked just what it is that we believe. So here it is in a nutshell. We believe that there is a creative, motivating force in the universe. Call it what you will, and it answers to 1,000 names. It is the intelligence and the activity and the power and the love back of all of creation. And it is the higher life within each of us. When we realize that, we can direct it to heal our lives and our world. So here we are, Thanksgiving Eve. When I was doing full-time church, this was one of my favorite times. We did a Thanksgiving Eve service every year, and it was always wonderful and inspiring and, well, in itself, something to be grateful for. I know some of you have some wonderful things to share with us that you are grateful for. And I want all of you to be thinking about what you were grateful for this year because, well, the world spent a lot of time thinking about what it isn't grateful for, and it's time for us to change that. But I'd like to set the tone for the evening, so I'd like to go straight into what I want to talk about this evening. And I think it's important and timely. So if you don't mind holding on to your good news reports for just a little bit longer and thinking about what it is you're really grateful for, I'll just jump in and do this, and then we can talk when the talk is over. Hold on. I pushed the wrong button. It made things go away instead of come. There we go. All right, here we go. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. That's not meant to be a news flash. I'm sure you already know. How could you miss it if you have a calendar and a memory of any kind, and unless you're living on a mountaintop completely away from any kind of civilization, you gotta know that tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And you know what that means. Black Friday is only 2 days away. Although, if you've been paying any attention at all to the advertising, most retailers have been touting Black Friday for over a week. Black Friday special on Monday. That doesn't work for me. Apparently, some stores are trying to attract the whole Black Friday crowd by staying open on Thanksgiving Day. They even have a name for the event, you know. It's called Brown Thursday, which I think is really rather insulting if you happen to be Thanksgiving. So now instead of staying home and watching football players collide with one another in high definition, while cheerleaders blast out their enthusiasm on your big screen television, this year I'm kind of happy to report that you cannot go to Walmart or Kmart or Macy's or Target or Home Depot and a growing list of retailers who are not going to be open on Thanksgiving. You'll have to wait till Friday to watch the crazed shoppers colliding with one another while Christmas carols blast over the sound system. Maybe the end of that whole shopping sport this year. And Target has gone so far as to announce that they will henceforth and every year following this be closed for Thanksgiving. Good for them. Let's see if that actually works. But the intentions seem to be honorable. But while most of that seems like it's headed in the right direction and could be called good news, I gotta tell you, I still remain just a little bit skeptical. So here's my question. What really happened to Thanksgiving? What happened to that day that, according to Lincoln, was intended to be devoted to gratitude and praise? Let's put this in some kind of historical perspective. I promise I won't go on and on. We've been taught that the first Thanksgiving was held when Pilgrims and Native Americans gathered together to celebrate a successful harvest, a good year. According to journals that were kept at the time, it all happened sometime between September 21st and November 11th of 1621. There was a 3-day feast. Yes, there's a cat behind me. Fast forward then to October 1777, when all 13 colonies officially celebrated a day of Thanksgiving. In 1789, George Washington proclaimed Thursday, November 26th, to be a day of public thanksgiving and prayer, to especially give thanks for the opportunity to form a new nation and the establishment of a new constitution. Yet, even after a National Day of Thanks was declared in 1789, Thanksgiving was still not an annual celebration. We owe the modern concept of Thanksgiving to a woman named Sarah Josepha Hale, who incidentally was also the writer of Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm so glad she didn't write Mary Had a Little Turkey. Anyway, apparently Sarah spent 40 years advocating for a national annual Thanksgiving holiday. In the years leading up to the Civil War, she saw the holiday as a way to infuse hope and belief in the nation and the Constitution. So when the United States was torn in half during the Civil War and Lincoln was searching for a way to bring the nation together, he discussed the matter with Ms. Hale. On October 3rd, 1863, Lincoln issued a Thanksgiving proclamation that declared the last Thursday in November, based on Washington's date, to be a day of thanksgiving and praise. For the first time ever, Thanksgiving became a national annual holiday with a specific date. And that's the way it was for 75 years. However, in 1939, the last Thursday of November was going to be November 30th. Listen to this. And retailers complained to FDR that this only left 24 shopping days till Christmas and begged him to push Thanksgiving just 1 week earlier. Someone determined that most people do their Christmas shopping after Thanksgiving, and retailers really hoped, and I would guess prayed, that with an extra week of shopping, people would buy more. FDR had a lot to think about in 1939. The world had been suffering from the Great Depression for a decade, and the Second World War had just erupted in Europe. And on top of that, the U.S. economy looked pretty bleak. So when the U.S. retailers begged him to move Thanksgiving up a week to increase the shopping days before Christmas, he pretty much had to agree. When FDR announced his Thanksgiving proclamation in 1939, he declared the date of Thanksgiving to be Thursday, November 23rd, the second to the last Thursday of the month. The new date for Thanksgiving caused a bit of confusion. Can you imagine? When is it really? My calendar says it's this. The president just said it's that. Calendars were now basically incorrect if they went by the president's proclamation. Schools who had planned vacation and tests had to be rescheduled. Thanksgiving had been a big holiday for football games, just as it is today, so the game schedule had to be looked at. Many governors did not agree with FDR's decision to change the date and refused to follow him. The country literally became split on which Thanksgiving they would observe. I'm going to be grateful my way. Thanksgiving was, according to FDR's schedule, followed by 23 states. And 23 other states, isn't that nice? They were split right down the middle, disagreed with FDR and kept the traditional date for Thanksgiving November 30th. Colorado and Texas decided to honor both dates. Can you imagine Thanksgiving 2 weeks in a row? Lincoln established the Thanksgiving holiday to bring the country together. His intentions were wonderful, but the confusion over the date change was tearing it apart. So on December 26, 1941, Congress passed a law declaring that Thanksgiving would occur every year on the fourth Thursday of November. Period. And there it remains. If you are curious about whether or not FDR's change accomplished its goal, it pretty much didn't. That year, holiday spending was about the same, but the distribution of the shopping changed. In the states that celebrated the earlier Thanksgiving date, the shopping was evenly distributed throughout the season. For those states that kept the traditional date, business experienced a bulk of shopping in the last week before Christmas. So my theory, absolutely non-scientific, is that people will watch football on Thanksgiving no matter when it is, and accordingly will also do their shopping at the last minute no matter how much time they are given. All of which takes me back to my initial questions. What happened to Thanksgiving? What happened to a day of gratitude and praise? I'm not condemning retailers for wanting to stay open and make a profit on the fourth Thursday of November. After family time and dinner, whether or not you are watching a football game or shopping is pretty much up to you. And I really don't think God cares about the sanctity of the date. And certainly Thanksgiving and shopping and football all seem to have a long history together. My question is more, what happened to the act of Thanksgiving? What happened to that attitude of gratitude that Lincoln and Washington before him and the Pilgrims before that were trying to practice, to generate? What happened to that? And what are you doing about it? See, I don't think we need to be publicly grateful so that God knows that we're grateful and so that our neighbors know that we're grateful. I think we need to be grateful because an attitude of gratitude speaks to our soul and our mind and opens our doors to a happier, fuller life. I think it's a great idea to declare a holiday, a holy day, dedicated to being aware of our many blessings. I just think that setting aside one day a year to do that is a little silly and maybe wasteful and maybe even a little hypocritical. We're either grateful or we're not. And if not, we need to get grateful. And if having a holiday to do that helps us remember it, then so be it, and hallelujah. But just once a year? How about once a month? Or once a week? Or every day? Would that not make every day a holiday? a holy day? Do we need to have someone else tell us when to be grateful? Or what to be grateful for? Or can we decide for ourselves and proclaim it every day? Decide to count and recount our blessings so that we live in a state of divine gratitude every moment. We know that what we think creates the fabric of our lives. How much more happiness might we create then if we spent our days happy about what we already have? Thoreau seemed to have a handle on that when he wrote, "I am grateful for what I am and have. My thanksgiving is perpetual." It is surprising how contented one can be with nothing definite, only a sense of existence. "Oh, how I laugh," he wrote, "when I think of my vague, indefinite riches. No run on my bank can drain it. For my wealth is not possession, but enjoyment." It occurred to me today that it almost feels as if we are replicating history. It feels as if there is an undeclared civil war in progress. States are divided into blue and red, right and left. Republicans and Democrats are not working together to create the common good, but seem rather just to be working against one another along politically established lines. Families are divided about all of that. Friends are divided about all of that. We fight over anything and nothing. Is there still a way to infuse hope and belief in the nation and the Constitution? Is there still a way to infuse hope and belief in ourselves and in one another? In the spirit of Lincoln, can we find a way to bring the nation together? Where is Sarah when we need her? Where is a hope bringer and a standard bearer? Where is someone who still believes that we are one? Certainly, with all we have, with the advent of science and technology, we should have more to be grateful for than our ancestors had in 1621. But where is our gratitude? Where is our thanksgiving? This thanksgiving can be real, can be personal, life-changing. It is about being grateful for today, for this moment, now, for this day, not some distant tomorrow, for today. And not just yesterday, and how it was 2 years ago, or how it might be 2 years from now, but being grateful for all we have now, and all we are now, and all the incredible promise that this divine moment holds. Spirit is here and now. Again, Thoreau, in eternity there is indeed something true and sublime. But all these times and places and occasions are now and here. God culminates in the present moment and will never be more divine in all the ages. Never more divine than in this moment. Never closer than right now. Never closer than right now. Certainly that is something to be thankful for. Thoreau writes, the modern man, the common man, looks into the sky which he has not so much profaned, and with reverence speaks of the heavens. But the seer will in the same sense speak of the earths and his Father who is in them. Not God out there then, but God here, Spirit, now. And not gratitude in your heart for that amazing reality just one day a year, but gratitude in your heart for that amazing reality every moment of your life. God, Spirit, here, now. Do what you wish tomorrow. Just remember to spend some time really being grateful. And while you are doing it, keep your gratitude in your mind, in your heart. See it with your eyes, hear it with your ears, feel it with your touch. And might I suggest that you practice that gratitude before you get to Black Friday, so that gratitude and thanksgiving will be a habit, second nature, if you will, by the time you get there. Because if you actually go out and get involved in Black Friday, you are likely to need it. Start now. Right now, right in this moment. Take a breath. And be grateful. Just say to yourself, I am grateful. Be grateful for this moment, this holy moment, because God is in it. And this gathering, because God is in it. If two or more of you are gathered, there in the midst of you am I. And be grateful tomorrow for the people around you, and just be grateful. And be grateful for the awareness of the Spirit within you. And all of the moments and all of the decisions. And all of the divine connections that brought you here. Now. So that you can practice your gratitude. So that you can feel your gratitude. So that you can live your gratitude. You know, that's really all it takes. The awareness that spirit, love, creation is right there where you are right now, has always been where you are, has always guided you, will always guide you to the perfect place and the perfect time and the perfect thing. Always. I'd like you to remember, my friends, that Thanksgiving is not just a date on the calendar. It's a state of mind, a spiritual practice, and openness of your soul. Be grateful. Just be grateful. You wake up in the morning and your eyes open. Be grateful for the moment. You go throughout the day and there is air to breathe and people to love. Things to do that lift your soul and things to do that make the world a better place. Be grateful for the day. Be grateful for the love, for the ability to love. Be grateful for the beauty that surrounds you. And watch what God can do with that. Tonight I would like to wish you a bountiful and gracious Thanksgiving. Not just tomorrow, but every day, every moment of your beautiful life. It just takes a little practice. Be grateful. Amen. I'm just catching up on what you've written. Hi, Heidi. I am so glad you are here. You have been waiting a week to share information I couldn't have waited with. So, your turn, darling. Tell us why you are drenched in gratitude. This is such good news. This is such good news. I am so thrilled for you. I know you're a few seconds behind me, but I don't want to step on your news. Yes, you can share. Oh my God, yes. Please share. Please, 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 please. Because if this isn't answered prayer, boy, I don't know what is. We're going to have a moment of silence and be grateful. Go there. While you're waiting, please. Oh, and tell us how that's going to play out a little bit, would you? The project of a lifetime. Is that just the best, best, best? Heidi, I am so proud of you and so excited for you, and prayer is going to continue to support you throughout all that you have yet to do. It's just such good news. It's just such good news. What fun designing an entire new New York Street backlot. Oh, I'm just so excited. I can't stop smiling. I cannot stop smiling. In between, while I'm waiting for your next comment, yay, Tina, good work. Those kitties are going to have a nice Thanksgiving. They've got a lot to be grateful for. In Art Deco, I love Art Deco. I love Art Deco so much. I want to be in on as much of this as I can be, just because I'm excited about your work, and I'm excited about Art Deco, and I love Art Deco theaters, and. Yes, he wants to name it after his.
She's taunting us. She's taunting us.
Drum roll, please. Okay, Tina, I will get that prayer request. Because the next thing I'm going to do guys are fun. Hi, Ginger. Yes, Spirit wanted screen time and got it. Happy pre-Thanksgiving, Greggy. I will talk to you tomorrow for sure. His mother. Ta-da! I love it. Oh, and Maxine's kind of a nice old-fashioned sort of name. That's perfect. I had an aunt named Maxine. Fabulous. I love it. The Maxine. I can see it now. Eee, good stuff. Tina, prayer request. Tell me. I looked back on the conversation and I cannot find one.
It's the very top. The very top.
I'm up at the very top where she, and on my thing it only goes as far as where she says Gesundheit. So if you would please copy it and put it in again so that I can see it, because so yes, I'm curious too. Are you going to have to move to Atlanta? I got it now. Thank you for reposting it. December 8th at noon. Okay. Not only will I put it into tonight's prayer, but I will also make note of it and pray on December 8th. So thank you for letting us know. Yay. Good going. Okay, so Heidi's going to have to move to Atlanta for a few months. When will that happen? I have a zillion questions. This is a terrible way to have to ask them. But it's such good news. It's such good news. I'm so excited for you. I am just so excited. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to make a few notes. You guys have the greatest conversation going. I'm just having fun watching you. Your shadow self is not bad. It's just cautious. Um, do you remember in Foundations class, I used to talk about the Swamp Keeper? And I think our shadow self is very often, in fact, that Swamp Keeper, who in my mind now is like the guard at the gate of the Emerald City. You know, the little guy that opens the window up and says, "What do you want?" And then ultimately says, "Not way, no way, not no how," and slams everything shut. Because he wants to maintain the status quo. He doesn't want anything new to come in. He doesn't want anything good to happen, not because it's good, but because he thinks it's good enough the way it is, and he doesn't like anything that threatens the status quo. You just charmed him, and he let you in. Yes, Heidi, it's a long time to be gone, but oh my God, look what you're doing. And you might want to have a conversation somewhere along the line with Kak about that, because she used to have to do that with pets when she traveled. So she might have some ideas. This is just so exciting for everybody. Tina's clinical test, Heidi's Atlanta adventure. I think that's what I'm going to call it, the Atlanta adventure. What about the rest of you out there? I know there are others out there. Come talk to me. What's going on in your life? Heidi's designing an Art Deco theater. I'm just so excited. Dana, what's up? Ginger, darling, what's up? What's going on? How can we support each of you in prayer? Heidi worked really hard for her good news. She worked really hard and she put a lot into it, which is what we have to do when we're excited and when the doors open. But we also prayed. And, you know, I'm going to give Spirit some credit for this. If we are willing to open up and ask Spirit for what we want, knock and the door will be open, seek and you shall find. You have to ask. Not ask begging, not asking beseeching, not asking please, 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 because you really don't think it's going to happen. But ask believing that you deserve it and nothing should stand in your way of having it. And will the gatekeeper, will the swamp keeper pop up and try to get in your way? Probably. Probably Heidi had that experience. But she overcame it. She kept believing. More prayer work? Absolutely. It's not done yet, but oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so what else are you? Okay. Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Yeah. I am just so excited for all of you. Great things are going to happen. Yeah, well, Heidi, you've got a heck of a spiritual village. So, Spirit Center, Central. Yeah, let's just call this Spirit Central. We're focused on it, we know it, we believe it, we accept it. So, any more prayer requests? Come on, we're on a roll. Now is the time to ask. And Heidi, what now? What now? What's our next step? What's our next prayer? Incidentally, while you're thinking about what it is you want to ask for, in case you still have something in the back of your mind, oh, Spirit will be the mascot, trust me. You don't even have to ask. He'll just do it on his own. Next Wednesday, take a deep breath, is December 1st. I'm in shock. December 1st, the beginning of the last month of this very interesting series of years. So my question to you tonight is, what is it you still need to do? What's unfinished? What do you need to take care of? So that you can close the door on 2021 and step forward into a bright and beautiful new year. And whatever that may be, do you want prayer for that? Feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. That's why we're here. It's part of the service, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to start the prayer. And if you think of something or you want to jump in, just do. Put it in the comment box, and I'll get it. I'll see it. And if I don't, God will. Of course you can sing Grateful. You know, I've been humming that most of the day. So, it's beautiful. Sing yourself to sleep with it tonight. So let's take a moment. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If it's not, or if you're too excited to close your eyes, just soft focus a little so that your attention goes inside. So it touches the spirit within you. We have our closing song, which is, of course, Grateful. Okay. And take a breath, a deep breath if that's what your body is calling for, a gentle, soft breath if that feels more appropriate. Listen to your body, listen to your spirit, and be grateful. Grateful for your body, grateful for your spirit, grateful for your wonderful mind. Grateful for your talents and your gifts, grateful for the people you love, grateful for the people that love you. Grateful, yes, for this spiritual community. Grateful for each part of it, everyone in it. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful. Truly grateful. And in gratitude, I recognize that prayer is answered. Grateful that there's a spirit that is out and about and around us and in the world and so deeply within each one of us that it responds to that which we believe in. Grateful that we have the courage to believe. Grateful that we can tell the swamp keeper to relax and simply let newness in. Let the good in. And let us be good in this world. And I know tonight that Heidi has her house in order in every interpretation of that phrase, so that she can move forward and do what it is she's been called to do peacefully, joyously, knowing that everything at home is being handled well and good and safely. And that she can move into unbounded success with her new job, with her new position, with her new creations in New York/Atlanta. All is good, all is exciting, all is well. I know for Tina, absolute success in her interview at noon on December 8th for the diabetes trial. I know that the right thing happens to promote her highest good and greatest health. And if it needs to look like a miracle, God, well, then so be it. We accept it all. I know for Dana, a good life. More of what she has now and better. And I know for her son, John, a new happy home with his daughter, with his family. I know that John discovers and is discovering love and the love within himself and in the most amazing and wonderful ways. And I know that Dana is experiencing joy and love and self-awareness in the highest and best ways. I know for Kat, physical well-being, that this cold passes easily, effortlessly. And that she finds renewed health and strength and joy and excitement. I know for all of her writing endeavors, nothing but success. All things good and wonderful are happening, just as they should. I know for this ministry, an abundance of participation and joy. I know that it is not a secret, that the world is discovering it in the best possible ways, and that only good comes from it. And again, if it needs to look like miracles, well then so be it. I know for each of us and anyone within the sound of my voice, the happiest Thanksgiving, the holiest Thanksgiving. A Thanksgiving filled with the realization of how very much we have to be grateful for, and how very, very good God is. I know for each of us the beginning of the best year yet. And I know that even those prayer requests, which were too personal to be shared, are still acknowledged by Spirit and worked upon by life, having asked in your heart, the door is opened. And I am grateful, truly grateful for each and every one of you and your love and your participation and your good news and your excitement and your support. Very, very grateful. And I know that tonight is just the beginning of the very best time of your life. And I am grateful. I am truly, truly grateful, thankful for the presence of Spirit, most of all for the presence of Spirit in and through each of us as we create this spiritual community together. And we simply let go of any thoughts we may have to the contrary and accept all of it. And let it be so. And so it is. So it is. Don't forget to listen to the closing song. We have 2 versions of it, so you can hear it twice. Let your heart be open. Let your prayers henceforth be those of gratitude. Let your light shine. And may all the turkeys in your life be on a platter on Thanksgiving. And so it is. I love you all. I wish you the happiest of Thanksgivings. I'll see you on Sunday. I apologize for not being here last Sunday. The power was out, but only the electrical power. The God power was on and doing fine, as it always is. I love you all. I'll see you Sunday, and I'll be back here next Wednesday at 7. See you then. Love you. Bless you.